To ensure their drinking water is safe, private well owners are encouraged to have their wells tested. Environmental Health Director Daniel Ortiz describes the types of well water tests offered through the county and the state.
Environmental health section is divided into two departments. The food and lodging section, which is responsible for the permitting and inspection of all the restaurants, daycares, institutions in Cumberland County, and they're located at the health department on Ramsey Street. The other section is the on-site water protection section, and it's housed at the historic courthouse in the basement. And their responsibilities are the inspection and permitting of all the septic systems or on-site water systems. They also do the permitting and inspection of all the tattoo parlors and the public swimming pools. But what I want to talk to you today about is the private water supply systems in Cumberland County. Each one is required to have a permit and inspection by the health department, except for the existing well waters. What we do there is we have people come in and they do applications, and if they want their well tested, we'll go out and collect a sample and send it to the state lab. There are several tests that can be done on well water. What you need to do is contact the health department. One of our inspectors will guide you through that process because there are certain tests that you need and some that you may not need. Typically you have the bacteriological samples, and that's testing for bacteria or fecal coliform. And that's important to see if there's any type of contamination in your area from a septic system or sewer lines. Secondly, there's a inorganic chemistry sample, and that's your arsenic, barium, cadmium, more of your chemicals. And those are important because some of those chemicals, they're odorless and tasteless, so you don't know if it's in your water or not. So unless you get your well tested, you don't know what's there. We also have nitrates and petroleum and pesticides. And once you talk to the inspector, we'll be able to work with you to see exactly what type of testing that you need to have done. Because if you live out in the country next to a farm, you may just need a pesticide, or you may need just a nitrate sample. Or if you live next to an old gas station, you might want a petroleum sample. Well, testing your well is very important because first, you don't know what's in your water until you get it tested. And it can change year to year depending on the climate. Water tables, they change. So we recommend that you get your well tested yearly or every other year because you just don't know what's in your well water. Or some people want to get filter systems for their water, but you don't know what to filter out until you get the well tested. I would make sure that if you are concerned about your water quality, to contact the health department, talk to one of our environmental specialists, because they'll work with you to make sure that you have all the information that you need. And we will give you the information. You can come down to the historic courthouse and fill out an application, and they'll go over all the details with you. Recent legislation was passed for the North Carolina Public Health Laboratory to increase their fees, which was very needed because they need to upgrade their equipment, their staff, and they do all the well testing for North Carolina. So once they increased their fees, we in turn had to increase ours because their fee was more than what ours was. So that cost did not cover the inspection, did not cover the travel or the courier fees to get the sample to the state lab. So once the fee came into effect September 1st, we in turn had to increase our fees to cover the cost. Depending on what you're sampling for, your test will vary. If you're doing a bacteriological sample, the fee is $45. If you're doing an inorganic chemistry, it's $100, petroleum sample is $100, and pesticides $100. And if there's any other particular tests that you want done on your water, just contact our department and we'll call the lab and see what the fee will be. For those individuals who need assistance in paying for these water samples, there's a formula that the state lab uses to ensure that these tests can be performed. That will be done on a case-by-case instance. So just contact the environmental health section and we'll work with you on getting that done. Okay, there is a website or link on the Cumberland County website for a free online well class. It's very helpful for new well owners or existing well owners. That way they understand the basics of how to use your well, maintain it, keep it from freezing during the wintertime when it gets cold, and testing, and to make sure that it stays safe for water quality issues. But you can go to that website. It's on the Cumberland County website. Then you go to the Cumberland County Health Department's website, then go to environmental health, and it's right there on the bottom. Okay, the most important thing that the citizens of Cumberland County need to be concerned about is their water quality. And the only way to know what your water quality is by getting your well tested. So we recommend that you get your wells tested every year, every other year, whatever you feel is necessary for yourself. But if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. We'll be more than happy to work with you. The best place to get information on well water is contacting the local health department, but you can also call the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services Environmental Health Section. They have a lot of information on their website as well, but we're always available at the health department, so just give us a call. You can call me directly. My number is 910-433-3680.